Good evening, everybody, and welcome to our annual reorganization meeting of the Borough of Morris Plains. If you would please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance prayer and remain standing for a moment of silence, please. Thank you. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Almighty God, we ask you to bless this governing body with an abundance of wisdom and understanding, so that in fulfilling their public trust, every deliberation will result in actions that will promote the common good, general welfare for all the people. For a moment of silence, please. Here are a few names of friends of Morris Plains we have lost in 2020. Please keep them, their families, and their families in your thoughts and prayers, along with our own families and everyone we've lost this year. Jack Van Orden, Andre Jensen, Mark Heckler, Francis Selly, Vince Novak, Veronica Kelly. Thank you. Now we have Reverend Donald Brown from the Presbyterian Church of Morris Plains for our invocation.
Let's pray. Loving God, we gather this evening still reminded of what we saw transpire on TV yesterday. We're horrified in the afternoon as we saw the Capitol breached. As the evening played out, we all breathed a sigh of relief that our democratic institutions, though challenged, remained intact. The reality is that there is much work to be done. Much of that work affects people who live in cities and towns much like our own across this nation. The work being done even in these chambers is the foundation of the democracy that we all cherish. May we approach these meetings with a sense of purpose that what is discussed and decided here would be to the benefit of this community and the people that live here. We're living in a time of one of the greatest health crises that this world has ever faced, and one that none here have ever experienced. There are many in our community who have lost employment, struggle to pay bills, who face health concerns, and others who simply want for a safe community for their families to live. Send your wisdom and not our own, that as this council considers and debates the issues that face Morris Plains, that you would guide them to do what is right for the residents of this community. Protect especially those who are most vulnerable and in need of assistance, especially in these uncertain times. We thank you for each member of this council for their willingness to give of their time to serve this community in Morris Plains, strengthen their resolve to work together, create common goals, and continue to work to make Morris Plains the best community to live and work in. All this we pray in your name.
I hereby announce and state that adequate notice of this regular meeting was provided by the Clerk of the Borough by preparing a notice dated January 5th, 2020, specifying the time, date, and place of this meeting, and published in the Morris Newsbee, the Daily Record, and the Star Ledger, and posting such notice on the bulletin board in the municipal building, the front entrance door of the municipal building, and the borough website. I hereby hand a copy of such notice to the Clerk of the Borough of Morris Plains for inclusion in the minutes of this meeting. All the above actions being in accordance with NJSA 10:4-6. This time I'd just like to recognize some of the people that have joined us for our reorganization meeting. I thank you for taking the time out of your evening to join us in the celebration, really. We have sometime throughout the meeting, I'm sure they will all tune in. We have James Gannon, our Morris County Sheriff, John Bonani, Administrator of Morris County, Kelly Duchette, District Director for Congresswoman Mikey Sherrill, Frank Dressler, previous Mayor of Morris Plains, Assemblyman Jay Weber, Chip Robinson, Morris County Democratic Chair, John Krickus, Morris County Commissioner, Mark Mayer, Superintendent, Morris School District, Morris Plains School District. Steve Welsh, previous council member. Dave Schultz from the Morris Minutemen and Board of Adjustment Chair. Tina Janess from the Morris Plains Democratic Committee. Tom Valente, Commander, Morris Plains Post, VFW Post 3401. Valerie Dolan. Judge Michael Carlucci. Sue McCluskey, past councilwoman. George Coogan, past councilman. June Yearn, our retired clerk. Commissioner Deb Smith from Morris County. And Mayor Jeff Grazel. If there's anybody that I missed, I apologize, but I think that's everybody. We welcome the members of public who have joined this meeting remotely. We will share the agenda on the screen, and we'll share a copy of the consent calendar shortly. Links to these documents can also be found on the landing page of the Borough website. You will be muted during this meeting except during the designated greetings from public and invitation for discussion. You'll have two options to indicate that you would like to address the governing body. If you are joining from a computer or mobile device using your Zoom application, you can raise your hand and you will be acknowledged and unmuted by the host during the appropriate portion of the meeting. From a dial-in phone, you can raise your hand by hitting the *9 key only once. From a computer or mobile device with Wi-Fi, you can also indicate that you would like to speak by sending a chat message to the host. Further instructions will follow during the public portion of the meeting. At this time, I'd like to introduce and have the oath of office for our new borough attorney, Ursula Leo. We'd like to welcome her, and she's taking over for our retired borough attorney of Gale. We welcome her and look forward to working with you in the year. Left hand on the Bible, Ursula. Right hand up. I
Ursula Leo,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of New
of
Jersey,
the State of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith
that I will bear true faith
and allegiance
and allegiance
to the same,
to the same,
to the governments established
and to the governments established
in the United States
in the
and in this state
and in this state
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform all the duties
perform all the duties
of the office of
of the office of
borough attorney
borough attorney
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
We have a few things, Ursula. This doesn't go like that around.
Wow.
So you have a brand new nameplate.
Oh,
You'll be
thank
sitting
you.
right here.
Thank you.
Have a few things in here. First, the woman thing, I think.
Oh, they did pick. It was tied. It was tied.
Oh, see?
Oh,
My fault.
I did that.
There you go.
So just a little bag of goodies to welcome Ursula into the neighborhood. A couple of Morris Plains pens that you'll need for all the important documents that we have. The I Love Morris Plains button.
I love it.
That goes without saying. Then we have Morris Plains lapel pin for you to
Perfect.
put the thing.
So
We
much.
also have some flowers for you. Welcome you. Thank you. We look forward to working. I'd like to say a few things.
Very excited to be here. Thank you for the opportunity. I know I have huge shoes to fill with your longtime borough attorney, and she's amazing, as have all of you in welcoming me. Very excited. Helping in any way I can. So thank you.
I believe, Roseanne, you have something?
statement of determination of the Board of Canvassers relative to an election held in the Borough of Morris Plains, County of Morris, and State of New Jersey for the election of certain municipal officers for the municipality on the 3rd day of November 2020. The said board does determine that at the said election, Salvatore F. Cortese, Arthur J. Brune were duly elected to the office of Borough Council for a term of 3 years. I do hereby certify that the foregoing is a true, full, and correct statement of the determination of the Board of Canvassers therein mentioned, in witness whereof I have hereunto set my hand this 20th day of November 2020.
I'd also like to welcome Lori Fu, sitting right here in front of me. Sometimes the obvious is right in front of you and you miss it. Thank you, Lori. And she's also taking pictures here. Unbelievable. Well, thank you. I think we have Mr. Cortez via Zoom. Is that correct, Sal? Can you hear me?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, loud and clear.
And who do you have with you tonight, Sal?
I have my beautiful wife Lisa with me.
And do you have a Bible with you?
I have a Bible, a very big one too.
Is it in English, Sal?
Sure is, sir.
Very good, sir. And who will be holding the Bible for you, Sal?
That's all. Lisa will be holding the Bible.
Okay, Lisa, if you would have Sal put his left hand on the Bible and hold his right hand up. If you repeat after me, Sal. I state your name.
Sal Cortese,
Do solemnly swear
solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States,
and the Constitution
Constitution
of the State of New Jersey,
of the State of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear truth, faith, and allegiance
to the same
to the same,
and to the governments established
and to the governments established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state
and this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform all the duties
perform all the duties
of the office of councilman
of the office of councilman
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability.
so help me God.
So help me God.
Sal, congratulations. If you would like to say a few words, Sal, the floor is yours.
I guess for any politician speaking today, I want to say a prayer for our country. Sure, it's on everybody's mind what we saw, and that will never happen anymore. It's very sad, and our country needs some healing, and I hope everyone comes together and justice and the Constitution, fairness triumphs over our land as it always. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, Sal. It's a beautiful tree you have, Sal.
Thank you.
And do we have Councilman Art Broom?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay, good.
Can we see you?
Can you see me?
Now we can see you. Super. And who do you have with you tonight, Art?
I have my wife, Christy, and my son, Jack.
Very good. And who's going to be holding the Bible for you?
My son, Jack.
Very good, Jack. Do a fine job. You put your left hand on the Bible and you hold up your right hand. Art will give you the oath of office. I, Art Broom,
I, Art Brune,
do solemnly swear
solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of New Jersey,
of the State of New Jersey.
that I will bear true faith
I will bear true faith
and allegiance
and allegiance
to the same
to the same
and to the governments established
and the governments established
in the United States
in the United States
and this state,
and in this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people.
and that I will faithfully,
I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform all the duties
perform all the duties
of the office of councilman
of the office of councilman
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability.
so help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And it just so happens, Art, that as we're saying that, I don't know if you can hear it, the firemen are going up crazy out here in the front with their sirens and whistles. I don't know. Maybe it's...
Yep, I planned that perfectly.
You can get arrested for dialing in 911 when it's not a real emergency. So, if you'd like to say a few words, Art, the floor is yours.
Yeah, thank you. We'd like to just thank my wife and Christy, my family here, my wife Christy and my son Jack for all their support. Many nights out, at meetings and so on. So, you guys for supporting me. I want to support the public for their faith in voting me back in. I would also like to thank council for their support and guidance for the first 3 years. Look forward to serving the public for the next. That's all I have.
Welcome, and we look forward to working with you also. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Roll call, please.
Mayor Carr,
Present.
Mr. Brune,
Present.
Mr. Cortese,
Present.
Ms. Goddard, Ms. Kelly,
Present.
Ms. Verga,
Present.
Mr. Wagner.
Present.
Thank you.
Good evening. Tonight at our annual reorganization meeting, I will report on 2020 accomplishments and share our goals for 2021. Due to the fact that we have had enough negative as we can handle, I will be as positive as possible. The governing body continues to work and improve the borough's infrastructure. In 2020, we paved Grannis Avenue, in which we received a grant for over $110,000. Sunset Road, Sylvan Drive, from Trowbridge Road to Mountain Way, Janeway Place, Fire Department ramp, and a small section at Watnong Park. Our largest paving project, Parker Drive, which we also received a grant from the DOT in the amount of $225,000, was completed. Moving forward into 2021, the approved paving projects are for Grove Avenue, Dogwood Road, Hillside Court West, Oakwood Court, Lindaberry Lane, 555 Speedwell Avenue, which is the little red house next to the municipal building, and the freight station walkway. New Jersey Department of Transportation will be paving 202 from Hanover Avenue to Route 53. Morris County plans on paving Route 202 from Route 53 north to Route 10 in 2021, which will make for a real nice stretch of road through Morris Plains. Hopefully all the logistics will fall into place. Public Service and Electric and Gas has continued to upgrade older gas mains and house connections on various roads within the borough, and anticipate this also in 2021. As for the ongoing issues of flooding at the Underpass, I believe progress is being made. With ongoing discussions and pump upgrades along with electrical improvements, hopefully issues will diminish. Talks have moved forward on the issue of the permanent installation of a generator, with at the very least a hookup for a portable generator for continuous pump operations. In early 2021, you will notice 2 electric vehicle charging stations located near the freight station in the center of town. The hope is people using the stations will patronize our shops and restaurants while waiting for a charge. Also in the first quarter of 2021, we will be introducing a brand new website. The new site will be easier to navigate with more useful information along with online payment options and room to expand. Both the council and I are very excited about this rollout. It has been a very long time coming with hard work done by the committee. Along with the website committee, a business advisory committee was developed and is working with our businesses and owners on ways to improve business within the borough. They will be working on attracting new businesses, large and small, and coming up with ideas and plans to implement to benefit all. The first roundtable with all is expected to be later this month. Business Advisory Committee was developed as a result of the borough lifting restrictions in place prior to the pandemic to try helping the restaurants and stores attract, keep customers, and survive these difficult times, to say the least. Again, we are all excited about these new endeavors. We will continue to do what we can for them. All residents can help us and be part of keeping our businesses open by doing the most important thing they can: patronize our businesses. Despite the pandemic, the three major projects going on have continued to make progress. The American on American Road, which Lennar, the builder of 96 townhomes and 60 condominiums, continues with site work such as roads, storm drainage, utilities, and the curbing. We anticipate building permits to start being issued during the first quarter. Also on the same project, footings and foundations commenced this past December for the 125-unit apartment building. On the M&M property on the west side of Route 53, Lennar is building 139 townhomes and continues the site work for their portion. M&M continues the site work for their apartments, retail, restaurant space, affordable housing building, and hotel components of the development. A building permit for the affordable housing building is also anticipated in the upcoming first quarter. The last large project on the east side of Route 53 is for over 500,000 square feet of flex space on the old Johnson & Johnson parcel. The developer continues to demolish the older existing building and address conditions of approval and the developer's agreement. Planning Board approved Uncle Giuseppe's, an Italian specialty store, to occupy the large vacant space in the Kohl's Shopping Center that ShopRite previously occupied. The hope is for them to open by the end of the year. I would also like to welcome to Morris Plains a few new businesses: AAA, Geico, Cryoport, Red Line Athletics, and Volley World. The Planning Board worked extremely hard this year on moving business forward, hearing and approving numerous applications remotely and in person when possible, holding special meetings and as needed in larger spaces due to restrictions. This was not an easy task, as these applications require public hearings, testimony, exhibits, and plan review, and make it available to the public. Thank you for your efforts. As for normalcy, there was none. Although to much of our disappointment, many events, activities, schools, and facilities had to be canceled or closed. We were able to continue with a few, such as our annual bonfire. Instead of our normal Halloween parade, ghosts and goblins were able to walk by the firehouse and receive a little something from the fire department. Instead of graduations like we are accustomed to, Borough School organized a parade from the center of town to Borough School. It was police escorted with flags of congratulations lining the avenue, and the fire department was in the front of the firehouse blowing sirens. There were a lot of pictures, videos, smiles, waves, and tears as the graduates paraded by. What a great evening. The summer concerts continue with more added to the schedule. Fireworks were live streamed, an outside holiday concert in a parking lot in October. Instead of holiday window painting, we painted parking spots with chalk. The farmers market was a huge event all summer, with people being able to get out. It actually started early with the ability to order fresh boxes of produce and put them in your trunk when picked up. This is just a short list of out-of-the-box thinking by volunteers and employees. Thanks to all who helped. During 2020, there was also a town-wide pulling together for those in need. An example is a Morris Plains High School sophomore at the time, Sophia Manley, organized a food drive on April 16th for the Morris County Interfaith Food Pantry. It was roughly a 3-hour event in Simons Park, which yielded 3,508 pounds of food and nearly $1,400 in donations for the pantry. Congratulations to you, Sophia, and thank you. Along with Sophia, the Morris Plains Fire Department Ladies Auxiliary held 2 food drives. The Morris Plains Soccer Association and others also made donations to the pantry. Again, thanks to all those who volunteered and donated. It truly takes everyone. Our school district has exceeded all safety protocols to keep our kids in the school safe and healthy. Thank you to our superintendent, Mark Mayer, our principals, Andrew Kramer and Christine Lyon Bailey, and the entire staff at Mountain Way and Borough Schools. I would also like to recognize Larry Ripley and all the volunteers of the Morris Area Community Blood Program. For the first time in its 50-plus year history, they collected over 1,000 pints of blood in a single year. On December 26th, at its 13th blood drive of 2020, Jim Patella, a donor for over 40 years, became the 1,000th blood donor of 2020. Congratulations to Jim, and thank you to all. We truly are the community of caring. This past February, we recognized the 100th anniversary of New Jersey ratifying the 19th Amendment of the Constitution, giving women the right to vote by shining a purple light on the front door of the municipal building. In mid-July, the council authorized a resolution to apply for a grant from the Morris County Open Space Trust Fund to purchase the 3.29-acre parcel of property owned by the Trinity Lutheran Church on Mountain Way, alongside the brook, to be preserved as open space. We were awarded the $204,000 grant from the Morris County freeholders in late November, and will be closing on the open space soon. Everyone has heard by now the new ladder truck that the fire department took delivery on earlier this year. I'm happy to announce that it has now been in service for several months. With at last count, 20 members were fully trained on operating the apparatus. The police department has recently taken delivery of our very first Ford Explorer hybrid patrol vehicle. I, for one, am excited about this vehicle and understand it's a little faster than our current ones, so don't try to outrun it. During 2020, the police department conducted a very different kind of hiring process called Zoom. After the entire process, we were able to hire 3 great officers. And I'd like to welcome Officer Joseph Cole, Officer Vincent Zarillo, and Officer Kelvin Preciado to Morris Plains, and wish them the best of luck in their career here. I would like to recognize 2 officers on a life-saving incident. On August 2nd, Officer Hines and Serrato responded to a residence for the report of an unconscious 21-year-old female. The female was located and observed to be semi-conscious and incoherent. The officers initiated medical care, and during this she became unconscious and a short time later lost her pulse and ceased breathing. The officers began CPR and then delivered 1 shock from an AED device. Due to the efforts of the officers, Hines and Serrato, the patient regained a pulse and resumed breathing on her own. It is clear that if it was not for the quick response and prompt actions of Hines and Serrato, this situation would have had a much different outcome. Another incident involving a 2-month-old infant who unexpectedly turned red, started to turn purple, and was unable to breathe. After the parents called 911, Sergeant Peter Rolfe, Officers Guild, Kozakowski, and Cole responded within 1 minute and started to provide necessary infant CPR, which saved the infant's life. This child is now almost 5 months old and growing like a weed, according to the parents. We are also thankful for the training and professionalism of all these officers. Thank you. I would like to congratulate Jeff Emge on being Morris Plains Recreation 2019 Volunteer of the Year. Jeff held many positions on the Morris Plains Soccer Association over the past 7 years and spent the last 2 as president. Congratulations and thank you, Jeff. Of course, this is only some of the highlights of 2020, but I sure hope this gives you some sense of hard work and dedication of all our volunteers, employees, and organizations, and the Borough Council during these tough times when everything takes longer to accomplish. During 2020, the Borough experienced the retirement of numerous employees and volunteers. I cannot begin to tell everyone the expertise, knowledge, history, and dedication of all those who have moved forward to the next chapter of their lives. Starting with the retirement of Police Chief Jason Cohn early in the year and being replaced with Chief Mike Karosky at our April 2nd council meeting, one of the first Zoom meetings held in Morris County. Moving forward through the year, we also saw the retirement of our borough clerk of 25 years and over 35 years as an employee, June Yearn. June was well respected throughout the county and certainly within the borough. Roseanne Denman has been promoted to the clerk's position, and we all certainly wish her well. Our longest serving employee of 47 years is Joey Cignavelli. He has been a staple in our DPW throughout his career and has spent the last 19 as our superintendent. His final day will be February 26th, and his successor will be his brother John. I know John has been taught by Joey, and we are all in a good position with John as our new superintendent. We also have the retirement of our borough attorney, Gail Frazier. Although not an employee, she certainly has also become a staple and part of the family within the borough. Her expertise and guidance over the last 20 years, amid some very difficult challenges, has always proved well for the town. Gail is the only borough attorney to serve under 2 mayors in Morris Plains. That sounds like a good trivia question. Gail is replaced by Ursula Leo, who I know will serve Morris Plains well without missing a step. Welcome, Ursula. Also retiring was George Ross, our webmaster for over 10 years, and Kathy Marshall, who spent 20 years on the Board of Health, and the last 10 as the president. Many of us know or may have even had Ginny Hussey, who retired from teaching. Ginny has spent the last 20 years in the Morris Plains School District and was dedicated to the school community. Jim Myers has had the pleasure of serving on the Morris Plains Basketball Association Board for the past 14 years, taking on various roles and leaving as the president. Jim's continued thoughtfulness throughout the years, keeping the borough school, and all the basketball facilities at the top of his priority list as far as donating, upgrading, and maintaining, and adding new equipment for all to benefit from, never went unnoticed and added to the continued success of the program. Thank you for your devoted service and numerous contributions that help build the best basketball program in Morris County. I would like to congratulate Roman Gabriel for taking over for Jim. Thank you all for all your contributions throughout the years. Congratulations to Tracy Rooney and John Cignavelli for their 25 years of service. Thank you for your dedication. At this time, on behalf of the Borough Council and myself, I would like to sincerely thank every one of our dedicated, hard-working employees for everything they contributed during this difficult year. All the adjustments they made to keep Morris Plains moving forward does not go without a heartfelt thank you. To our police and fire departments, thank you for everything everyone has done to keep every resident safe and protected 24 hours a day, all year. To the respective chiefs, thank you for keeping your department safe and guiding your members through this past year with all the challenges thrown at you in a professional way, without skipping a beat or missing any call for service. To the DPW, Joe and John Cignavelli, residents never saw a day missed with your department. Work has been performed without hesitation, and you have continued to make the town look terrific. Grass was cut, decorations put up, leaves picked up, roads cleared of snow. Nothing stopped in Morris Plains. As to all our essential workers, healthcare workers, and first responders, everyone went above and beyond and continue to do so every day. They do their best to keep us safe and healthy. A sincere and warm thank you to each and every one of you. This has been another year of firsts for many of us, including myself. But with the continued support from each other, our professionals and employees of this great community, we are in good hands. Our Department of Public Works, Fire Department, Police Department, employees and professionals are second to none. The accomplishments and strides we made this year never skipped a beat, and I am extremely proud. I encourage everyone to sign up for the Morris Plains email alert and Smart 911. Links may be found on the borough's website. This will enable you to keep up with the happenings of Morris Plains and will assist first responders in the event of emergency. One thing that continues to make our borough unique is the dedicated volunteers who keep the community of caring working. Anything that interests you, we have a position. This includes playing for the community band, the Morris Plains Volunteer Fire Department you can join at the age of 14, the Morris Minutemen First Aid Squad that you can join at the age of 16, and our museum for those who enjoy history. The Garden Club, Beautification Committee, and Clean Communities Program for those who enjoy the outdoors, and the many sports groups and scouts. We can always use volunteers, and there is something for all ages and interests. They do a spectacular job, and our residents appreciate all they do, whatever it may be. On behalf of the Borough Council, I wish to thank the many volunteers on boards, commissions, and committees, and all the citizens for your commitment to our town. This is what makes it truly special. We thank you for your continued trust in us. We are always available, and we always welcome your thoughts. I would like to conclude with a few last thoughts, one of which came from Lindsay Fu in an editor's note in Plains Talk, and I quote, "The spring of 2020 has brought some unique challenges that none of us have ever imagined we'd face. In the season we normally spend outdoors at sporting events, picnics, parades, and barbecues, we've instead retreated to the safety of our homes. The picnics have been replaced with virtual parties. Spring cleaning has taken on a whole new meaning. At a time when we should all be going out and celebrating the warm weather together, we have been encouraged to stay at least 6 feet apart. Hard times, however, have a way of bringing out the very best in a community. The community of caring continues to live up to its name. Food, homemade face masks, time, love, support. Morris Plains has given all this and more, and this is only the beginning. The future is uncertain, but there is one fact we can always count on. In Morris Plains, we take care of each other. I hope that you feel as lucky as I do to be a member of the Morris Plains community." End quote. In closing, I'd like to leave everybody with a quote from Ralph Waldo Emerson that I think is very appropriate for this year. "Do not go where the paths may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail." We are all leaving a trail, or have at least left one this year. Happy New Year. God bless you, and God bless America. We have the election of the Borough Council President. Is there any nominations?
Mayor, I'd like to nominate Councilmember Kelly for Council President for the year 2021.
And is there a second?
Second.
Second by Nancy. Roll call.
Roll call. Mr. Bruce.
Yes.
Mr. Cortese.
Yes.
Ms. Goddard.
Yes.
Ms. Kelly.
Abstain.
Ms. Verga.
Yes.
Mr. Wagner.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's going to be a pleasure working with you this year, and
Thank you. I look forward to
I
it.
think you have the respect of everybody on the council and will work well together with everybody.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
He's like, smile. Like I have a smile. He's like, no, you're not.
I hereby appoint the following persons to the offices stated and for the terms specified. Planning Board, Frank J. Dretzler, Class 2, 1 year. Stephen Augenblick, Class 4, 4 years. Board of Adjustment, Doug McCabe, 2 years. Lisa Cortez, Alternate 1, 2 years. Recreation Commission, Michael Breslin, 5 years. Shade Tree, Lucia Galdi, 5 years. Rosemary Doherty, to fill the unexpired term of Richard Bryan, 5 years. Humane Law Enforcement Officers, Sergeant Jeff Hockman, 1 year. Detective Mike Kelly, 1 year. We normally would be presenting the badges to the fire department officers for 2021, but I'm going to use the excuse they're out on a call, which sounds better than they're not here tonight. So, but they opted to not be here in person tonight, so I will just recognize them, and then we will have a ceremony later on. Chief 1 be Kevin Rongo, his 7th term. Oh, I'm sorry. After this. Chief 2, Bobby Webster. Chief 3, John Downs Jr., Engineer, Don Underhill, Assistant Engineer, Tom Ragucci, Fire Prevention Chief, Chris Shea. I'm sorry, and congratulations to those officers, and they've done a heck of a job in the past, and I know moving forward in the future, they will carry the fire department well. Thank you very much. And I did skip something for some reason here. Adoption of resolutions. How did I miss that whole list?
You're in trouble,
Kathy.
Chloe.
I move that the resolutions
You got your job before, too.
2021-1 through 2021-27 be adopted.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Dennis. Roll call, please.
Mr. Brown,
Yes.
Mr. Cortese,
Yes.
Ms. Goddard,
Yes.
Ms. Kelly,
Yes.
Ms. Verga,
Yes.
Mr. Wagner.
Yes.
Thank you.
So we, this time, if I'm going in order here correctly, we do the presentation of awards, and I'd like to give out the Morris Plains Community Service Award this year. Community Service Award is presented to an individual or group who have made a notable contribution over a substantial period of time for the betterment of the community of Caring. This year, the award is going to go to all our healthcare providers, essential workers, and first responders. Thank you from the community of Caring. And at our next parade, whether that's this year or the following year, they will have a large part in that parade. So congratulations and thank you to all our healthcare providers, essential workers, and first responders for everything that they have done, especially this year, but not only this year. They continue to respond to calls and keeping us safe, no matter what it is, first aid, fire, or police, and helping us out, doctors, nurses, all that. So very valuable, and we couldn't do it without them. So thank you very much. I don't know. I'm going to do the oath of office to the appointees. I don't know who is online. We will we'll do that now. So whoever is an appointee, know who you are, if you just please stand. After me. State your name. I state your name. Do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States
Of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of New Jersey,
of the State of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear faith and allegiance
to the same,
to the same,
the governments established
the government established
in the United States
in the United States
and this state
and this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially, and justly
impartially, and justly
perform all the duties
perform all the duties
of the office of,
of the office of Board of Adjustments,
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Thank you very much. I appreciate everybody's time, and I appreciate everybody who volunteers to join these various boards and committees. Now I'd like to open up the meetings for remarks and comments by the citizens. So I do have a hand up here. It's Assemblyman Jay Weber. Can you let him talk? Jay, you're unmuted, so go ahead, please.
Happy New Year, Mayor, from Forest Avenue.
Happy New Year to you, sir.
We're holding down the fort, just in case you were worried.
I am worried, but I know it's in good hands, Jay, and if you needed me to take in your garbage can, you didn't have to come to the meeting. I would have just done it for you, so
Hey, pick me up next week, will you?
I certainly will.
Listen, I just wanted to say congratulations to Art and Sal for their re-elections. I know they worked very, very hard for the community all year round, and they worked hard to continue to have the right to represent them. And I'm really happy for them. I'm happy for the town that they get to continue to serve in that capacity. Congratulations to Kathy, who's is council president. And I want to thank everyone on council and you, Mayor, for all you do for our hometown. It's a great place to live. And that's because of you and the volunteers that make it that way. And 2020 was very, very trying. I know, you and I spoke on more than one occasion out just, in the yard, talking about the challenges, and for everyone from the police to the fire to, first responders, all that people did for folks who were challenged by COVID and everything that came along with that. It was a great effort to serve others and to get our town through. And here we are in a new year, just hopeful and optimistic about it being better than 2020. And obviously, will do my part whenever I can to serve the community. I'm grateful to serve Morris Plains in the Assembly and hope to continue to do that. And I want everybody to know if they need me, I'm there for the entire district and the state, but especially Morris Plains if we have any community needs. So I want to do my small part. I'm humbled by your service and commitment to the town and our country, and look forward to the privilege of continuing to serve our community. So, Mayor, thank you so much for the opportunity to participate in the reorganization meeting, and I will see you when you get home.
Jay, thank you very much. I appreciate the conversations that we've had, either on the phone or on the street, whichever it may be. I've seen you at meetings, and appreciate everything that you do for us. You're always looking out for Morris Plains. I do appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Mayor.
Don't see anybody else. I do see somebody else. Tina Janest, I believe we have on. Go ahead, Tina.
Well, good evening, Mayor. I just want to say, Jay, I can see you from my window here on Forest Ave. I know we always have competing signs, but it's for a good cause. It's all for public service. I want to congratulate the team, the council as a whole, and Art and Sal for their election one more time as incumbents to the council. We have a lot of work to do this year. I'm quite aware of that. I'm proud of all the work that's been done. We're all looking forward to the Business Advisory Council and the work they're doing. And I know there are people who are willing to help. I also am very excited about the website and about the communication that's going to take place. So we want to congratulate everyone for their hard work in 2020, for everything they did to keep us safe and whole. And we look forward to what's going to occur in 2021. And we're all looking for a terrific year. Good riddance to 2020. Take care, all.
Thank you very much. Appreciate those kind words, Tina. I'd like to also recognize Justin Carifi, who is from Assemblywoman Betty Lou DeCroce's office, and Alice Colopy, also from the Republican Committee. Just earlier, apologize for that. Whole Zoom thing is crazy, but I do not see anybody else's hands right now. Council President, I should say, Kathy Kelly, you have the floor.
You have thanked everyone else. Lovely. What you said was absolutely terrific. But I think we all have to thank you for helping us navigate through this year of COVID. It's been a terrible year, but I think I've said to you before that there's always something that makes you smile and makes you happy and keeps us moving forward. And for that, I thank you.
You know what makes me smile, Kathy, is things moving forward and getting done. And
You're doing it.
and that makes me smile. And the hard work of the council, and I'm very sincere when I say that, and all the employees of the borough was really something that was incredible to watch. How everybody really pulled together and did whatever they had to do to make everything continue to work here in the borough. And I think everybody's best interests really are here at the borough, and it takes everybody. It's not just one person, not one group. It takes the entire people, volunteers, employees, everybody to make it all work.
Yes,
So
it does.
that's
Thank you for your guidance.
really, thank you. Sorry if I don't see anybody else. I don't see anything in chat. I don't see, you have that email thing? No emails? Roseanne, you don't have any emails from any residents or anything? I will close the public portion of the meeting and thank you, everybody. Now we have Father Michael Falgowski from St. Virgil's to do our benediction. Father. See.
Via Zoom?
Yeah, he is. I don't know.
Underneath my profile.
Right here. You have to promote him maybe. Hold on a minute. Or mute another. Listen, if this is the worst that happened all night, we're in good shape. Shoo. You see where my arrow is right here?
I do not. You want to
Right
just
under-
hit promote?
Yeah, but I can't do anything. He's under Michael Carlucci.
Lisa Cortez, Mike Carlucci, and him.
Okay, there we go. That's definitely not it.
Okay, I hope you can hear me now.
There you go.
Okay, finally. I guess I'm the biggest troublemaker.
Hey, what's a meeting without a little glitch, huh?
Always has to be me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good to see you, Father. Thank you.
You too. So let us pray. God our Father, you guide everything in wisdom and love. We give you thanks for all the blessing and protection you bestowed upon us throughout the last and very trying on so many different levels year. We ask you to bless all of us at the beginning of the new year, full of hope. Accept the prayers we offer for our nation and ourselves. In your goodness, watch over those in authority so that people everywhere may enjoy freedom, security, and peace. Keep safe all of us and those who protect our nation and all of us, especially our local first responders in these difficult and challenging times. May they always be safe while performing their duties. Pour out your blessing upon all of us who are present here tonight in person or virtually, and all the residents of Morris Plains. May throughout this year our homes be filled with peace, happiness, joy, and good health. Give us all the graces we need. Keep all of us safe and always watch over us. And we ask this through Christ our Lord.
Thank you, Father. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Nancy. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Happy New Year, everybody. Congratulations to Sal and Art and to Kathy, and I look forward to working with everybody in 2021. Thank you.